other than this fortress!
Blaster! Ultra Magnus sends orders to contact Optimus Prime on Moonbase 1.
All right! Cover your receptors, Perceptor!
Blaster finds all Earth music interesting, but it's rock and roll, good, hard, and loud, that really sparks his circuits. Blaster is at the forefront of any situation he's involved in. As an AM/FM stereo cassette player, he can perform as a cassette deck, plus receive radio signals of all frequencies with a power output as low as 1/millionth of a watt. Blaster acts as an Autobot communication center, as he can transmit up to 4,000 miles. Blaster carries an electro-scrambler gun that disrupts all electrical devices. 1984 would see the release of Radai Casa Robo into Takara's microchange line in Japan. This original release was colored in blue, in place of what would later become a reddish orange. And just like Cassette Man, the original toy that would be imported to become Soundwave, this transforming boombox was an actual working radio. In 1985, the toy would be imported by Hasbro, recolored, and released in the second year of the Transformers as Autobot Communications Officer, Blaster. And just like Soundwave before him, Blaster was unfortunately released as a non-working radio. This not only allowed both figures to be sold at a lower retail price, but with their now empty chest cavities, both figures could house smaller cassette characters inside. Fans, however, would have to wait until the following year for the first Autobot cassette figures, Eject, Rewind, Steeljaw, and Ramhorn, all of whom would first appear in Transformers the movie in the summer of 1986, and then would go on to be seen throughout the following season. Earlier unused plans for this sequence would have also included a Scorpion-based cassette tape named Stinger. This character would attack and drive off Frenzy. Although he never appeared and his toy was never released, the character of Stinger lives on in G1 lore to this day. Like most other new characters, Blaster arrived midway through the second season, with no backstory of how he came to join the other Autobots on Earth. First appearing in the double episode Dinobot Island, Blaster would go on to be seen throughout the rest of the season, featured prominently in episodes like Blaster Blues, Kremzeek.
Well, that worked like a charm.
And Autobop.
Hey, what's happening?
Wanna dance?
Blaster! Hey, he's out, my man!
With his cool hip voice provided by actor Buster Jones.
Optimus Prime, do you read me? The Decepticons are blitzing Autobot City. We're really taking a pounding. Don't know how much longer we can hold out.
Blaster would be briefly featured in Transformers the movie, heroically saving Perceptor from certain doom.
Hey, run, Blaster! Save yourself!
No way, two can play. Sickle.
Later in the film, as the new Autobot characters would venture outwards into space, Blaster was seen remaining behind, dealing with the carnage after the Battle of Autobot City. Blaster was among one of the few fortunate Autobot characters to not be discontinued in 1986, thus surviving the ending of Transformers the movie, not only allowing him to return for the third season, but to be featured throughout.
Do you think you got through to Prime?
Let's hope so, because if I didn't, we're all gonna look like burnt-out toaster ovens.
Well, my friends, it's Christmas Eve in Los Angeles, and it would seem that Santa Claus has brought us record-breaking rainfall this year. He did, however, also come through and bring me that 86 Studio Series Soundwave that I've been wanting so badly. I hope some of you have also had as much luck, and those of you that haven't yet, I hope that you will very, very soon. He's quite worth it. Now that I've gotten that gloating out of the way, there's really nothing left for us to do but drink beer, make cookies, and watch some Transformers together. So, without further ado, this is Season 2, Episode 44, Autobop. Here we go. Feliz.
Our story begins in the 80s. Dare I say, bodacious to the max.
See, man, everybody wants to get into Dancetron. That place has got the best music, the best dance flow.
Who needs it? Just a bunch of yo-yos all trying to out-attitude each other. We got our own music, so let's get to work.
Oh cool, it's one of those two songs again. Raul and his friends are muscled out of breakdancing on the sidewalk outside of the club. For reasons.
This is Dancetron's corner. Take a hike.
Leading to our first pop culture reference.
Time to pull a Michael Jackson. What? Let's beat it. Let's get him! Come on!
Then our second.
I wish this was the Blaster. He'd show those turkeys. That cooler with that jive, man. You know the Autobots like I know Prince.
As the chase proceeds, Raul is vindicated as they are saved by his Autobot friends. Laser fire breaks out. Thankfully, Blaster manages not to kill anyone at point-blank range, assuming he's set to stun them. We move on.
What the deuce? Not your basic gang uniform. Blaster, you're Electro Scrambler!
Right on!
Blaster at last deactivates their weapons with his Electro Scrambler. Maybe next time lead with that. And every time after that.
Yo, man, this ain't even necessary. I had things under control.
If it weren't for me, you'd be fricasseed punk right now.
I could have handled them. Why'd you have to come on like some metal cowboy?
Please keep quiet.
I ought to French fry your circuits. Pop lock, rock steady. This here's my friend, Trax. And that's Blaster.
Looks like you got yourselves in a jam somehow.
Listen, we were sent here to monitor Decepticon activity.
I say it has something to do with all this weirdness.
And that nightclub seems to be the source. I say we check it out.
Look, if we ever stick our noses near that joint, we'll get them broken. Besides, if you ain't decked out in the latest fashions, they won't even let you in.
How about it, my man? If anyone's dressed to excess, it's out. This is the life.
I gotta get me one of those suits.
Mellow kind of place.
My kind of place. Whew. Sizzling sound system. Hey, what's happening?
Wanna dance?
Blaster?
Hey, he's off, my man.
Okay then.
Hey, where'd you get those threads? Soho?
Cybertron.
Hey, what's the address?
Jeez, what a madhouse. More out-of-place people.
And now, the Decepticons.
My surveillance, 2 Autobots just waltz into the joint. And I've those kids to deal with first.
Later, Raul and his friends ride home on an ill-fated train. Under the mind control of the Decepticons, the operator takes the train on a wild, deadly
Or
ride.
is this bucket putting on speed?
The Express should be this fast. Express nuts! This train's out of control.
I think before this train runs away any further, we need to talk a little bit more about Blaster. Because frankly, Rudolph would have wanted it that way. He's dead now.
Blaster would return to TV screens in the fall of 1986, now joined by his crew of Autobot cassettes. Blaster would also serve as the commander of Autobot City on Earth, a job that was assigned to Ultra Magnus by his toy's profile. However, the third season would see Ultra Magnus serve as second-in-command and advisor to the new Autobot leader, Rodimus Prime. Whereas laid-back, smooth-talking Blaster in the cartoons would take on the fun personality of a DJ, Marvel Comics' version of Blaster was a true night-and-day difference. Grim, serious, and battle-hardened, Blaster would join the comic in its second year. There, he was discovered to be the leader of an underground resistance cell of Autobots back on Cybertron. In his 2-issued featured premiere, Blaster would learn the truth about lost scientist Spanner, who was turned into a literal space bridge by the Decepticons, his eternal prison. Surviving the smelting pools, Blaster would face off and defeat Decepticon warlord Straxus, before leading his troops to Earth via the space bridge. Blaster's arrival on Earth thrust him into the spotlight of the comic for quite some time. He would face off with Grimlock for leadership of the Autobots, find himself on the run with newly revived Goldbug, and even under attack from the vicious metal-eating Scraplets. After a long run as a main character, Blaster would meet his fate at the hands of an overpowered Starscream, coinciding with his figure's discontinuation in 1987. That's to say, discontinued in American markets. After Transformers stopped producing new G1 episodes in America, the series would live on and evolve for many years in Japan. In American G1, Blaster and Soundwave would first be seen battling in the episode Autobop, then having a rematch the following season in the dreaded episode Carnage in C Minor. Ooh. In the Japanese sequel series The Headmasters, Blaster and Soundwave would meet for their final showdown. In a vicious hand-to-hand battle that would never get past American censors, both characters are taken out for what is believed at the time to have been permanent. Later, these characters would be reborn, Soundwave as Sound Blaster, and Blaster as Twincast. Both characters would see their figures re-released and recolored in Japan. Both figures now have the ability to hold 2 cassettes in their chest compartments. Resurrected by the technology of the planet Master, Twincast would serve as the Autobots' intelligent officer and be a reoccurring supporting character. Before the end of Generation 1 toys, Blaster would receive a non-transforming Action Master figure, as well as a brief revival in Marvel Comics. In UK Marvel Comics, he was one of several characters who would go on to host the Fans Letters page. Blaster would return many years later in IDW Comics Spotlight story, featuring him as a DJ who turned into a war propagandist, and would survive an assassination attempt by Soundwave. In addition to many re-releases of Blaster's original toy mold over the years, he has also received the Shattered Glass treatment. Now recolored, his evil counterpart is a fan of classical music, complete with a German accent. With the outdated nature of his original boombox mode, newer versions of Blaster have been updated as vehicles, a laptop, and even a triple changer in the Titans Return line in 2016, including a base mode for minifigures. This Blaster also came with a Headmaster figure, appropriately named Twincast. A newer G1 accurate Blaster was first released with the Kingdom line, and has since been re-released through Legacy. This mold has since been updated for the Studio series. Now with vibrant G1 accurate animation, color, and details, Blaster can keep on rockin' like he did back in the 80s. We now return to a complete work of fiction, a New York MTA train that's way ahead of schedule. Zing! As Trax and Blaster walk the streets debating the clues they've gathered, the runaway train conveniently catches their attention.
Am I dreaming, or was that subway going about 100 miles an hour too fast?
Oh, just go after it, assholes.
Get in!
Using his bizarre yet awesome flying car mode, Trax swings into action. Together, he and Blaster heroically bring the train to a stop.
Whew, what happened?
You three!
Where's the motorman?
Front car.
But the operator escapes.
Sabotage.
Yes, of course.
See if Teletran 1 can give us any clues.
I'm on it.
And take these two with you. Raul, you and I are going to check that club out again, thoroughly this time.
Yo, how come he gets to go out clubbing with the sly car?
Hey, some guys got the juice and some ain't.
Cool it and get in.
Ah, classic. Trax and Raul are drawn to a construction site operating at 1 a.m.
This is getting stranger by the second. Everywhere I go, I see people who don't fit.
I saw them two high-style dudes waiting to get into Dancitron.
Come on, we're going to get to the bottom of this if I have to take that club apart brick by brick.
Elsewhere, Raul's buddies fall for the long con.
You two. Free passes to Dancitron?
At this time of night,
It's an all-night party, man.
all right. Check out the floor.
Drawn into the alluring scene, the boys fall under the hypnotic spell of the music. Kind of like Coachella, only with Decepticons.
Sky Spy reports no unusual transmissions, but ultrasound frequencies could be used to create hypnotic control. Suggest you use your sonic detectors to verify.
I'm on my way back to the club.
Trax and Raul return to the scene of the crime. Muscling his way into the club, Trax is lured further into a trap.
Creep. What are you two doing here?
We found something, man. Come on. This way. Right here.
You.
There's no escape, Trax. You'll never get out of this club alive.
Ready for ultrasound transmission.
The Decepticons turn the crowd of humans on Trax. As if we didn't just see him pick up and throw a guy. Trax finds himself cornered by recycled animation in both directions, leading to our next commercial break.
And now, my friends, that we have a moment to come up for air, we can talk about the small but very talented voice cast of this episode. Not the least of which is Michael McConaughey in the voice of Trax, and Michael Chain in the voice of Raul, Christopher Latta in the voice of Starscream, Frank Welker in the voice of Megatron as well as Soundwave, and guest star TK Carter in the role of Poplock. And not the least of which is the Buster Jones as the voice of Blaster. And why am I bringing all this up? Because in addition to already having voice actor videos for all the people I just named, I do have a new one coming out very shortly for Buster Jones. So keep an eye out for that just before New Year's Day. And now, let's get back to this thing.
We now return to Starscream's diabolical plans. Whatever the hell they're supposed to be. Outside of the club, Blaster returns, meeting up with Raul.
Where's Trax?
He went in, but he ain't come out.
Together, they infiltrate the club.
The ultrasound's coming from that way.
Raul is reunited with his friends, but finds himself on the run again.
Trax!
As Raul tries to free Trax, the crowd turns on him. Next comes the showdown you've been waiting for since the day you learned there was an Autobot boombox. This is exactly where your mind went to.
You are expecting Soundwave. You're the one who's been putting out the ultrasound. Correct. My accomplice is behind you.
Okay, not yet though. Raul breaks free as Blaster bitch slaps Starscream around. The sprinkler system breaks the hypnotic effect on the crowd. Trax is free, but Starscream makes a cowardly escape, as always. Trax chases him down.
Get in!
And now the main event.
I've been waiting a long time for this. You poor excuse X-Force sound system. All talk, no shock.
Trax creates a smoke cloud that creates thunderstorms, I guess? Whatever, fuck it, let's finish this. The storms free the crowd at the construction site.
I need some extra punch. And here's the punch I need. I'd say your nightclub just went out of style.
We now return to Trax, who has needlessly endangered 3 human lives. Trax outmaneuvers his foe, causing Starscream to flee like a bitch once again. Our heroes save the day by taking part in an unauthorized building demolition, with several people in range of the hazardous debris cloud. That asbestos will fucking kill you.
Running off again, huh? You only come around when you need my help.
Well, seriously, Raoul, you guys saved my life. If there's ever anything we can do...
As a matter of fact, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I mean, here we are risking our tails to help you dudes fight against the forces of evil. And now we ain't got no means of livelihood.
What do you mean?
I mean our blaster, man. We lost it in all this craziness.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
And now, we go out on a high note.
Yo, check it on out. The Bop crew is back in business.
Cheer up, Blaster! At this rate, they'll have earned enough to buy a new blaster in, just 2 or 3 days.
I don't know if I can hold out that long.
Hey, relax. Some people got the juice and some don't.
And we got the juice.
Classic.
And with that, Santa has delivered another fine episode of Transformers. Be it at times entertaining for the wrong reasons, but still very entertaining after all these years. Now, this is a David Wise episode, and in recent episodes, I kind of have been a little bit easy on the errors, particularly a David Wise episode and Kremzik, and I realized I've gone back and watched some of these episodes, and I've seen, oh, there's a few things I actually should have mentioned, like in Kremzik, Jazz gets taken out, and then later you see him enter the room with Ratchet after he's been taken out. And another Jazz-related error, in Prime Target, after he is captured by Lord Chumley, later you see him, as well as Inferno, standing with the rest of the Autobots, even though in previous scenes they've both been captured. So why am I bringing all this up? Well, it's time for this episode to receive its lump of coal.
I love how these guys enter from all directions on cue, like they're the chorus from the Double Dragon musical or something. Speaking of which, before I forget, here is the third pop culture reference.
Hey, we were just breaking in front of the Dancertron, and these Road Warrior rejects tried to bounce us out.
Not even a complaint, I just always love when Trax says,
"What the deuce?"
Besides, if you ain't decked out in the latest fashions, they won't even let you in.
Is he implying that his Cosby sweater is like the latest fashion? It looks like something you dress a 5-year-old in. Soundwave and Starscream show up at last, but their faces are all fucked up. Can we talk about the scale of records and microphones in proportion to Decepticons? Look at these assholes climbing outside of the train. Why? It's safer inside.
They must be terminated.
Too risky in here, and I've I've those kids to deal with first.
What sort of harm do these kids do by breakdancing on the street? If the goal is to brainwash people, why not just let them into the club? Which is what they do later anyways. What harm does a trio of street dancers hold for Starscream? And why does he feel compelled to murder them so his plans can succeed? Also, what the living fuck is his plan anyways? Like, what's he trying to do? I mean, why were they building that building? What were they gonna do with that? Why did they need to tear it down? What was being built there? Was this like a bigger transmitter? Did they cut a scene that explained all this? Do I even care at this point? Considering the absurd amount of time I put into these videos. Yeah, probably.
Nowhere to run.
Gee, if only you could escape by turning into a flying vehicle of some kind. Red Decepticon symbol.
Trust? Not only is the construction proceeding on schedule, but I have the Autobot Trax prisoner.
Construction for what, damn it?
Trax!
Raoul! The music is shaking me apart!
That's just silly. Look at this window. What the hell is that? Why does the club twist around on itself like a cyclone? Starscream is briefly colored as Ramjet. So I guess this whole plan hinged on people never getting wet again? Thank God water doesn't naturally fall from the sky from time to time. Are these people never allowed to take a shower again? I guess they'll just keep dancing, huh? Until they break a sweat?
Well, I do hope they'll do better in time for next Christmas. And hey, speaking of next time, I hope you'll tune in for our next episode. I've already got my drawing of Elita 1 done for The Search for Alpha Trion, which I promise you is going to be coming to you very early in January of 2026. And remember, keep an eye out for my Buster Jones voice actor video, because that's going to be coming along even sooner than that. And with that, let me say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, happiest of holidays to whoever you are and however you celebrate, and I do sincerely hope to have you back here next year for another video. Take care. Thank you for watching.
That's what I call a riveting experience.
I don't know why I hang out with you, man.